We are sitting as adults really not understanding the complexity and nightmare of the way racism currently exists in our country. We are currently able to check in and check out of conversations about race. Our colleagues of color and the students we serve are not able to do that. So if we don't, as a collective, and here I mean all of us, commit to pushing through how hard it feels to start doing this, we won't get to the other side of it, and we won't be conscious enough of what is in play all the time, every day, around us. And we won't be in a position to cause the change that we need to for our young people. You have so much power. Even if you see yourself positionally as like the bottom or near the bottom of a hierarchy in a system, even if you see yourself in the middle or near the top, you're not taking advantage of how much power you actually have. Every single one of us can be a leader in this. Every single one of us can take responsibility for saying no. Together, we are going to talk about racism. Together, we are going to talk about what is happening systemically around us in other systems, and we're going to talk about the history of it, and we're going to talk about what is happening in this building. We're just going to name it. And by the way, if we're talking about race, don't use other words. Right? Don't use words like disadvantaged. Don't use words like urban. Don't use words like those kids. And don't use words like poor. Because though many of our students of color are living in poverty, this thing we're doing to our students through school transcends poverty. Students of color who are living in an affluent context are experiencing the same biased instruction and the same biased access to opportunities that the students who live in our highest poverty districts. That's just real and true. White people live separately. We choose to live separately. If a neighborhood or a school becomes 13% populated by people of color, we leave. 75% of white people don't have any non-white friends. There is new research that says if we cope with this, grab it by the reins, talk to each other within racial groups and across racial groups, this will move. We'll get better at it. We'll have more comfort in it. Our team has constructed a scope and sequence for these conversations. We have a collection of documentaries, readings, discussion questions that you can get together and talk about race as a collective, as a group of people committed to understanding it so that we can tear it down together for our children and for each other. Because racism as it currently exists dehumanizes all of us.